Okay, well, I always begin these discussions by asking the filmmaker this question, which is, what inspired this film?
우선 제가 시나리오를 쓰러 그 펜션에 좀 가는 편인데 거기 가는 도중에 여기 영화에 나오는 학수 같은 사람을 만나게 되었습니다.
Whenever I write a script, I tend to go to a B&B and I met a man named Haksu there.
그리고 다른 시나리오를 쓰러 그 펜션에 갔는데
I had initially gone there to write a different script.
그 학수 같은 사람이 계속 제가 묵는 펜션에 올라오려고 했어요.
This man named Haksu kept trying to come into the B&B that I was staying at.
그래서 밤새 거기도 굉장히 외딴 곳이었는데 밤새 이제 시나리오를 쓰려고 하는데
I was up all night trying to write this script.
그 사람 생각 때문에 이제 쓸 수가 없어요.
And because of this man, it kept bothering me, so I couldn't write my scenario.
그래서 그날 그냥 이걸 해보자, 이걸 한번 써보자 해서.
And so I just decided to write this story as the script.
그렇게 쓰게 됐고 그날 밤에 한 절반 정도를 썼습니다.
And that one night I wrote about half of the script.
그런데 그 이후는 더 못 쓰겠더라고요, 무서워서.
But afterwards I couldn't really finish it because I was so scared.
또 엔딩 쪽에서 이제 좀 예기치 않은 범인들이 나오는데.
And towards the ending, you see these strange enemies.
저 군 생활을 할 때 강릉 무장공비 침투 사건이 있었어요.
When I was in the serving in the army, there was a situation involving some defectors.
근데 거기 그때 제가 상황병 같은 거였는데 어떤 상황이 벌어지면 상부에 보고하는 그런 사람이었는데.
Whenever an emergency happens, I'm one of the people who's dispatched.
그때 약초 캐시는 할아버지 할머니들이 실종됐다는 그런 얘기가 있었어요.
And there was a story that an old woman and man, a couple who were taken were missing.
근데 그분들이 나중에 발견됐는데 총상을 입고 돌아가신 걸로.
They were found later with gunshot wounds.
그래서 사실 그때만 해도 그게 과연 있을 수 있는 일인가 이런 생각들을 했었는데요.
And so I just pieced together those various elements and wondered, is this a possible scenario?
그런 일들이 실제로 일어나는 걸 보고 그분들은 어떤 공포를 느꼈을까 그런 생각도 하게 되면서 이런 영화를 만들었습니다.
I also wondered, I wonder what kind of horrors this couple had experienced, and that was part of the inspiration.
The guy that was bothering you at the bed and breakfast, I mean, how, in real life, how did that problem resolve itself?
거의 지금 이 영화에 나오는 상황하고 제가 겪은 상황 거의 초반에 그 버스 안에서 거의 똑같거든요.
From the beginning stages of the film, starting with the bus scene, it's almost identical to what I experienced.
그리고 계속 책을 많이 봤다고 시간이 많아서 자기도 책을 많이 봤다고 계속 몇 번을 얘기하는데 그런가 보다 했는데 계속 시간이 많았다고.
The man continued to tell me that he had so much time to waste and that he's read many books, and he continued to tell me that he had a lot of time to spare.
그래서 제가 물어보지 않을 수가 없었어요. 왜 시간이 많으셨느냐 물어봤더니.
And I couldn't help. I was forced to ask him, why did you have so much time to spare?
최근에 깜빵 교도소에 있었다고.
And he said that he was recently released from prison.
저보고 독방에 있어봤냐고 물어보더라고요.
And he asked me if I had been in a solitary confinement.
근데 일반적으로 거기 독방에 그 영화 같은 거 보면은 굉장히 무서운 범죄를 저질러 이렇게 있는 걸로 알고 있어서.
Whenever I see movies, people who end up in a solitary confinement have committed a tremendous crime.
그래서 되게 혼란스러웠습니다.
So I was quite shocked and terrified.
이 사람하고 엮이면 어떤 일들이 벌어질까, 그리고 어떤 범죄를 저질렀고, 그러니까 혼자 상상을 계속 하게 됩니다.
My imagination started to run wild with what possible scenarios the crimes that this man could have committed.
그리고 저는 이제 우선 걸어서 가려고 그 상황을 모면하려고 헤어지고 싶어서 그랬는데
I wanted to walk and escape.
끝까지 택시를 꼭 타야 된다고 그런 바람에
The man insisted that I needed to take a cab.
그러다가 그 택시가 진짜 안 오더라고요. 내렸는데 택시가 안 오고 둘이 한참 얘기하다가 나중에 택시가 와가지고 진짜 실제 여기 영화처럼 이렇게 메모를 전화번호 주고 이런 식으로 헤어졌습니다.
He insisted that I needed to take a cab, but the cabs really were not there. When a cab finally did arrive, he wrote his phone number down on a memo sheet, and that's how we departed.
And you haven't seen him since?
Yes.
I mean, now that you've finished the film and made the film, maybe you should look him up.
사실 영화에도 지명을 정확히 넣지 않았는데도 그분이 혹시 이 영화를 볼까 봐.
The reason why I didn't use his real name is because I was afraid that he might see the film.
I mean, apart from the fact that this is, you know, a kind of a movie about you trying to write the movie that we're actually end up seeing, it kind of uses some kind of real classic elements, but it kind of uses them in unexpected ways. The two things I'm thinking of, the kind of classic kind of thriller or suspense film elements are the kind of guy who finds himself, guy from the city who comes to the countryside and then runs into trouble with the locals who are, you know, have their own way of life, and he's afraid of them. And the other kind of classic story element, which kind of is almost a Hitchcock thing, is the wrong man idea, the idea of the wrong man. But here it's complicated by the fact that there are at least two wrong men. There's the guy on the bus who he's convinced is the killer, and then he himself becomes the wrong man, and they all convinced that he's the killer. So I'm interested in how you kind of took these kind of classic story ideas and kind of put them together with all of this. Was that in your mind, to kind of reverse some of these classic ideas?
굉장히 어려운 질문인데요.
So it's a very difficult question.
Sorry. I mean, maybe a simpler way to ask the question is, were you interested in taking traditional genre ideas and putting a new spin on them?
막 어떤 제가 이렇게 하겠다 머리를 막 굴려가지고 사실 이렇게 좀 그렇게까지 머리가 좋은 상황이라서 그렇게 만든 건 아니고요.
It's not like I really made a tremendous effort or tried to think really hard about what I wanted to bring out because I'm not that smart of a guy.
그래서 최대한 제가 그 영화 속에 들어가서 그 주인공이 돼서 어떻게 해야 더 공포를 느끼고 이상한 감정을 느낄 수 있을까 그런 생각을 최대한 많이 하면서 감정이입을 하면서 썼던 것 같습니다.
I went mostly by feeling and emotion. I wanted to put myself in that situation where I would experience the most horror, and that's what I did with my character.
I'm going to ask a couple more questions and then we'll see if there are questions out there. I guess the thing that I'm really interesting is it's very rare these days that you see a film that ends with a cliffhanger. And so I'm interested in why you chose to end it at the point that you chose to end it.
이게 전작인 그 나스도 보셨을지 모르겠는데
He's wondering if people have seen his first film, Daytime Drinking. He's wondering if you have seen the film Daytime Drinking, his first film.
I haven't, unfortunately.
거기에도 엔딩이 좀 열려 있는 결말이에요. 근데 이것도 저는 좀 그러니까 이 영화를 보고 관객분들이 이런저런 얘기를 하면서 상상을 더 할 수 있도록 그런 열린 결말을 제가 선호하는 편이라서 그렇게 만들어보고 싶었습니다.
I tend to favor open-ended films. The Daytime Drinking ended on a similar note with an open ending. I prefer it if audiences take away more things to discuss amongst themselves rather than me providing an ending conveniently.
Okay, are there any questions out there? Yes?
I really like the music very much, and I like that it was used very subtly and sparingly. Can you talk about that?
Question about the music in the film that was used very subtly and sparingly.